Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I can't remember if I've mentioned this yet, but my sponsor, iTrustCapital, is they're giving away an all expense paid trip to Los Angeles and VIP experience at USC football game. USC versus Michigan football season just started this week, so there's 10 days, 20 hours left to enter. You can enter their giveaway if you go to their X handle. It's at iTrustCapital. You can enter from right there. It'll give you this link. So you can, they're going to fly you to the game, put you up in a hotel, and I've been to one of their games. They have great seats. They were right down there on the field. I actually even had a friend get to run out onto the field with the players when they came out of the locker rooms and all. Pretty cool experience. You can, if you're interested in opening the iTrustCapital account, you can go to iTrustCapital.com/XRPArmy. Make sure you get the promo code to get a $100 funding bonus. You can get an IRA or a regular account, premium custody account, and you get your free institutional custody there. It's where I have a lot of my XRP. The market started to take off yesterday, and then a funny thing happened. Bitcoin whale sold 24,000 Bitcoin over 2.7 billion, causing today's Bitcoin dropped like a rock, and then the rest of the market followed it. First of all, you have to understand, a lot of this is about giving the Bitcoin whales exit liquidity and the Ethereum whales exit liquidity. And Zero Hedge says, now why would someone want to sell a huge block and take out an entire bid stack 3 times in a row just so they can trigger sell momentum and accumulate much lower? And then Chad Steingram says, and they did this moments before ETH was about to hit 5K. So yeah, ETH and all that. See, these are the games that have been played in crypto for years. Think about all the manipulation that's happened against XRP. It isn't even, you can't make this stuff up. And I'm going to show you, I believe the entire decade has been an op. And we'll lay that out here in a second. But up holds right. September pain, October gain, November insane. Bitcoin seasonality. September is historically the worst month. October and November usually bring the rebound. So my brother actually said this to me on the phone the other day. He's like, it seems like crypto always goes nuts around November in the fall. Well, I'll be watching football while we enjoy watching it go nuts. Paul Barron, look, I've been paying attention to Paul Barron lately because Paul Barron's like a very professional dude. This guy is very serious, runs a very serious operation. He's been around a long time, done a lot of different things. He's got quite the resume. And Paul Barron is now in the XRP community, and Paul Barron has figured a lot out. Listen to this.
We had a podcast that I'm questioning whether I'm going to air it. And the reason was because it was so explosive. Some of the things that were said in it, if we cut those things out, it wouldn't make the podcast would not make sense.
Why cut them out? Air it.
But I'm going to give you guys a summary of what the challenge was. And it was I won't say an anti-Bitcoiner or an anti-crypto person, but it was a person who has been in the financial business, and he's also a fellow tech guy that I respect and have known for many years. And he basically, we had the conversation he said, Paul, crypto is backed by the U.S. government. Bitcoin is probably an NSA project. Most likely, this is just a matter of time before, the powers to be at B that are going to simply say, okay, we got it from here.
You mean like after the final regulations in October? The Clarity Act? No, folks, when you hear that, and they say, we'll take it over from there, I've always thought this has always been the plan. And I believe that when that happens, that's when you'll finally see the XRP price get released. I believe this has been one big, huge psyop, and all you've heard is, what have you heard? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, for all these years. Well, when I hear him say that we'll take it from here is what the government's going to say, that doesn't mean that we don't get to participate. I believe what it means is that they know that when this is finally let go, XRP is going to zoom past 10, 20, whatever. And they also know that many of the retail people who have been out here that have literally been the testing ground for all of this will be out by 5 to 10, maybe 10, 15 bucks. And who do you think is going to be accumulating it, knowing where this is all really going? And there will be a lot of holdouts. I'm sure many of the XRP holders that really are the believers, like myself, have what Brad Combs calls shallow bags, and they'll unload those. I'll probably do the same thing because of how long I've been here, but I won't be selling most of it. I don't plan to ever sell most of it. But listen to what he says next, because what he says next tells you everything if you're really listening.
Okay. What is your theory on that position of how there are real cognizant, I think, and people that have heavy validity in the market, a lot of respect, that are now starting to point in that direction that this is a psyop?
Whoa. I don't know if I've got these clips mixed up here. Let me see something here. I'm kind of confused there. Maybe he said it and I missed it.
A fellow tech guy that I respect and have known for many years. Conversation of, he said, Paul, probably a matter of time before, the powers are going to simply say, okay, position of how, I think, and people that have heavy validity in the market, a lot of respect, that are now starting to point in that direction.
I think I may have accidentally left out that clip. I'll go back and grab it. But listen to this one.
Which I think a lot of people, still point to Swift as, kind of the big factor that Ripple could really take a hold of. And I still believe, even though, Garlinghouse is on record saying they only think they're going to take a short percentage of Swift, I still believe it's going to be significant in terms of when that switch goes off, which is only going to drive, the ledger to a new height in terms of what we'll see, which is one of the reasons I'm so bullish on XRP. But beyond that, and you look at the conversation we had on the X space this week, and Brad Kimes and I were talking about this, and the point is, do you feel that XRP is a white hat, a black hat, or a white hat that is a black hat?
Oh, we won't go there, but Paul Barron's figured it out. This is another clip that was put out. Watch.
But payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
All right, so come on, Rupert. Why didn't he just say the word Ripple?
He sounds like a Ripple salesman, right?
Yeah,
he
right.
Sounds like the best Ripple salesman. It's kind of a pinch me, I'm dreaming.
Kidding. I'm waiting for the rug pull.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm waiting for the rug pull.
You're kind of waiting to wake up at this point and find out that you've been asleep for a while. But, they're really interesting. You mentioned Swift just before we went into that. Now, Larry Fink wrote a letter to his investors this year. And in that, a quote is, "But today relying on Swift feels like routing emails through the postal office."
Bingo.
Everything that's happening right now is, like you just mentioned there, you're waiting for them just to say it.
Yep.
But they're indirectly doing that. I mean, if you look at what XRP was created to do, it's exactly what Trump just said the US is embarking on. It's not just Trump, it's everybody around him.
Dead on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's dead on.
With everything happening right now, when I say this, I mean, you could argue that maybe getting into Bitcoin when it was cents or dollars was a better time to be in crypto, perhaps from an investment point of view.
Right.
But other than maybe that moment, today, I mean, we truly have, you see people getting kind of backlash in regards to some of the outlandish or what seems outlandish price predictions that people throw around for XRP. The truth of the matter is, we don't know how big this monster is going to be.
That's exactly right.
We played some of that clip last week. Stablecoins now hold more U.S. treasuries than countries like Germany, Saudi Arabia, and South Korea. Folks, I told you this 5 years ago. This was done. This was all created to strengthen the U.S. dollar and to replace the petrodollar. And now you're starting to see people say all the quiet parts out loud. XRP. I thought this was wrong yesterday, but turns out it wasn't. XRP has flipped BlackRock in market cap. Any of you still believe BlackRock's not going to be an XRP ETF? Not going to have an XRP ETF? Come on. Put your thinking caps on. Okay, we're going to go to daixrp.com, which is the Patreon. If you'd rather join through YouTube, click the join button below any of my YouTube videos. Now you can hit subscribe on X if you'd rather join through there. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.